Hey guys, this is Corey with Custom RV in Amarillo, Texas, and today I have another brand new arrival to show you. This is the 2022 Forest River rpod model 193. This is their bunkhouse model for the larger rpods, and it's going to come in just under 23 feet in overall length, and it's going to be about 3,700 pounds unloaded. We're going to do an interior and exterior walk-around tour today and talk about some of the cool changes for 2022. There really wasn't much that changed, and talk about some of the cool features on this bunkhouse travel trailer, such as the optional 190 watt solar package, the very flexible Murphy bed setup, the tons of storage, really unique bathroom, and tons of other features. Let's go ahead now. We'll jump onto the inside and we'll start with the slide out closed. Okay guys, so with the slide out in here, you'll notice that you have tons of space to get in here. You have access to all of the kitchen, including the refrigerator. You can easily access the bathroom since it's past the slide out. So as you can see there, you have plenty of room to get in there. You can access the bunks, again, because it is past the slide out, as you can see there. But the one hiccup with this particular floor plan is the master bed. And you're probably thinking, well, I can probably get that down. And the big reason that this does not work to fold the Murphy bed down is when the slide out's out, this corner here will come up right to this corner here on that sofa. So you really don't have enough room to fold the master bed down if you have to make a travel stop. Now, with this only being a very small, shallow slide out, you can probably put that out in, say, a Walmart parking lot for the night, and you know it's not going to stick much further than the out much further than the axle, since this is only a 7.5 foot wide body. But overall, I think this one is going to pass the travel accessibility test. So with the slide out, it really opens up this interior space here. Now, other than the Murphy bed, if this was just a fixed bed, you wouldn't need the slide out to make this floor plan fully functional all the time. But as you can see here, you do have a very nice jackknife sofa. This will turn into an extra bed if you need it to, but I think a lot of people are just going to leave this as a sofa most of the time. You'll notice you have this fully free floating table, and there's a couple of reasons why I like this over a traditional dinette. Number one, you can take this outside for picnic time. And number two, if you want to fold it away and have a lot bigger lounge space, as you can see, this one has the dual jackknife sofas, which is a pretty neat feature, and you don't find this in a lot of bunkhouse units. So again, I really like that. Speaking of the second jackknife sofa, as you can see there, you do have a 3-seater jackknife sofa and the Murphy bed up front there. And we'll show you what that looks like down here in just a minute. But this is very unconventional. It's one of their more popular models too, which is very nice. TVs are an option in the rpods, and this one has the 28-inch 12-volt TV. So the cool thing about this being a 12-volt TV is I'm only running off of battery power right now, and this TV is fully functional off of the solar panel and the battery, which is pretty cool, and you don't always find that in these smaller trailers. If we look down here, you do have household and USB outlets on each side of the sofa. So you've got some there and some over here. And I love these little kind of armrests here. These are all pressed membrane thermal foil style countertops. What that means is you don't have a T-mold around this edge here that could fall off and, you know, have food and water and stuff get into that, which again is really nice. If we come over here by the entry door, you'll notice that you do have an AM, FM, and Bluetooth stereo system that'll control the interior and exterior speakers, and has face-mounted HDMI and USB ports. So if you want to add a DVD player or something, you can, or a Roku or Fire TV stick. And then below that, you do have your control panel. This will have your awning, slide out, and lighting controls on it. I'll show you where the other control panel is here in just a second. And then down here, love that electrical outlet, and we'll talk about more of that in the kitchen. But you do have your water pump and water heater on gas switches, as well as your tank monitoring panel right inside the door, which is nice. And then down there, you can see your pet-friendly dishes and your fire extinguisher. Hopefully you never need that, but that's where it is. We have optioned this particular rpod with the 15,000 BTU Coleman Air Conditioner instead of the 13,500 BTU. Being down here in Texas, that's really going to help freeze you out of this thing, basically. And the nice thing about the Coleman, as opposed to, say, a Dometic, is number one, it's a lot quieter, and I've noticed that the Colemans are a little more efficient than the Dometics. Let's talk extra guest sleeping. So right here, you do have the extra bunks. So these are single bunks. rpod does not yet offer a double bunk floor plan. I'm thinking they probably will at some point, but not yet. So these are 300-pound rated bunks, which is very nice, so you can sleep adults up here if you have to. Each bunk is going to have a window, a light, and USB ports. You can also see your thermostat for your air conditioner, as well as your heat, and the solar charge controller for the optional 190-watt solar panel that we've equipped this one with. I really like on their top bunks, they have this kind of wrought iron style ladder, so you don't have to throw the kids up into the top bunk if you have kids sleeping up there. And again, as you can see down here, you do have the same treatment for the bottom bunk. Right over here is going to be your breakers and fuses on the bottom left of your screen. Your central vac, which is a really cool feature. Now that does not come with the hoses. It is basically just an electric dustpan, which is what that foot sticker is pointing to. And then the black box in the center of your screen, right underneath that mirror there, is your furnace. So this has a direct vent furnace, meaning that is the only vent for this particular trailer, but that is going to do a really good job of keeping you warm at night. Alright guys, so let's go ahead now, and I want to go ahead and show you what this looks like with the Murphy bed down, and then we'll take a look at all of the storage that this trailer has to offer. Okay guys, so with the Murphy bed down, one of the things that it really helps with is it lets in so much more light during the day because you have that front window. And I'm not going to call it a windshield anymore because that is a European style window, and it does actually open now, which is a pretty cool feature. That does have a screen on there and a privacy shade as well. But as you can see, you do have a 60 by 80 inch bed here, which is a very nice touch. Actually, that may be a 60 by 74 now that I think about it. It is a queen size bed. I'll have to double check the measurements. If you have questions about that, put those down in the comment section below, and I can gladly come out here with a tape measure and measure the length of that for you. But nice bed here. And this is what I was talking about earlier when the slide out was closed. So this jackknife sofa butts up right against the other one, so you really can't use this bed with the slide out in. So that's kind of what I was talking about there. But overall guys, this is it's a really good concept for a bunkhouse. It gives you a lot of seating space during the day, but at night you have plenty of room to sleep all your guests. Okay guys, so underneath the front jackknife sofa, pardon me, you have a little bit of storage. You notice the cargo nets there. You can either pull those down or fold the jackknife sofa partially down to get to all of that storage. Again, like I talked about earlier, you do have A very handy power outlet right there for the kitchen, which is so nice. So many brands wouldn't put that there. But as we look at the kitchen, you have not a whole bunch of prep space if you're using the sink and the stove. But as you can see, you do have stove covers and sink covers. If we kind of move this back out of the way, you'll notice you have this nice big circular bowl sink. That's a black stainless steel, which is very nice. Pressed membrane countertops, like we talked about earlier. You are going to have a big chunk of storage underneath the sink there. Convection oven microwave combo there too. And I know some people don't really like it that low, but it really makes a lot of sense. It takes up less storage than if you put it up top here. You have a 2-burner cooktop with the glass cover, as you can see there. Hood range. And then you have a nice big cabinet here. I would say this could be pantry space, but you'll see in a little bit, you're not lacking for pantry space at all. All of this cabinetry, if you feel back in behind here, this is all pocket screwed cabinetry, so it's screwed and glued instead of stapled. If we come back over here, you do have a 6 cubic foot propane and electric refrigerator, which is very nice. Just keep in mind that on the propane side, you need to check your state, your local laws to see if you can run this going down the road, because some states are regulating that you cannot run propane down the road anymore. And then right here you have a massive amount of pantry space for a little trailer. So as you can see, you've got tons of space there. Those are some of the extra little goodies that have to be installed before you take this home. And if we close this door, I really like that it has that mirror there. It's just going to help lighten and brighten up the trailer. You're probably wondering, well, where do I hang my clothes? And you have a pretty decent little wardrobe over here, perfect for, you know, a long weekend or, you know, an extended stay. And then down here you do have a couple of extra bonus drawers. I would use this bottom one here, or this top one here, for silverware, and then that for some of your flatware, or you could use it for extra clothes. But if it were me, one of those would be dedicated to the silverware drawer. So before we hop outside, I do want to talk about the bathroom. This has the biggest bathroom of any rpod. And so this one doesn't have a traditional sink. You have plenty of room around the toilet there. Really plenty of room to get dressed in here too, which is nice. If we look up top, you'll notice that you have the larger Fantastic vent fan, which is nice. That's going to allow a lot more airflow than what we call the little, 4-inch fart fan. If we look back here, you are going to have a pretty decent linen cabinet. And they don't do doors on this this particular area just because it would kind of be cumbersome to get to. And then you have a very nice shower, not a travel trailer tub. And you can be upwards of 6'2", 6'3", and still shower in here comfortably. And then you kind of have a little sink here. This can double as a sink or a spot to store some shampoos and things when you're not using it as a sink. And rpod uses the shower miser system. The cool thing with that is, pardon me, when you're dry camping in an rpod, you can turn that shower miser on when you're ready to take a shower, and it will recycle the cold water back into your fresh tank while the water heater is heating up, which is a pretty neat feature. And then up here you can kind of see right up in here you have a spot where you can hang a clothes rod in here. So if you don't want to use this as a shower, you can make it into a mega closet, which is nice. And then you do have the skylight up above, giving you a little bit of extra light and headroom. So all right guys, that's going to wrap it up for the interior of the 2022 rpod Model 193. Let's go ahead now. We'll jump onto the outside, take a look at some of the features there, and we'll see what you think. I apologize in advance for some wind noise. It is always windy here in West Texas. I can't think of a day when we didn't have any wind for more than, an hour or two in the morning. So let's go ahead. We'll see you back on the outside. All right, guys, so we're back on the outside of this brand new 2022 rpod Model 193. Again, I apologize for any wind noise. Like I said, it's always windy here in Amarillo. But as you can see right here, you do have a one-piece fiberglass front nose sweep here. You do have the window like we talked about on the inside as well. That does open. It's actually made of Lexan, which is nice, so that's going to be really hard to break. Down here you have a power tongue jack. You also have a single 20-pound propane tank, and then you have your rails for your battery and a battery disconnect down there as well. Coming along to the camp side of the RV, as you can see, you have a very nice power awning with LED lights. They also include a porch light, which is very nice. Not a lot of brands still do that. You can see that your baggage doors are held up with magnets. And if we look in here, you'll notice you have a very nice pass-through storage. Pretty good size for this size of trailer, and you can see that you do have the aluminum framing up there as well. 4 corner stabilizer jacks. They're the manual variety, and I'm not mad about that for this size of trailer. As you can see here, this is the newest graphics package. You have that really good looking black entry door, 2 outside speakers, larger entry assist handle, and you do have the tandem steps instead of a single like they were using previously. rpod does use the Asdel onboard sticker, as you can see right there. What that's going to do is that's going to prevent any rot, mold, or mildew in this trailer. It also has a sound dampening quality. It's lighter weight and has double the insulation value of wood, which is very nice. Again, 2 outside speakers. You are going to have an outside power outlet right there. And then you've got this rail that the griddle and prep table that this trailer comes with will mount right there. And if we look down here, you are going to have a propane quick connect under there too, which is nice. Good looking aluminum wheels. This will be the back side of your refrigerator. And then you've got your black tank flush and a cold water spray port right here as well. Coming back over here, you've got your rear stabilizer jacks, square tubular bumper for your stinky slinky, spare tire carrier, and then you have a ladder to get up to the roof, and you do have a backup camera prep location up here as well. Coming around to the off-door side, you're going to have your 30 amp service and your cable and satellite connection right there. And then you have an extra storage space here, which is really nice. If we get down there and take a closer look, you'll notice it's very good sized. And then you're going to have your terminations right here for your bathroom. 6-gallon gas electric water heater with direct spark ignition. Apparently that panel blew open. I'll have to close that here in a minute. As you can see here on your slide out, they are prepped for the Solera slide awning toppers, which I don't know why they're still doing that. These slide awning toppers have not been available for I think 8 months, but it is ready. So if you ever want to do that in the future, you can. rpod does again have the option to add a 190 watt solar panel. We have done that on every rpod that we have coming in now, which is very nice. The smaller ones are going to have a 110 watt solar panel, and by smaller I mean 180, 190, 171, and the new 153. And then up here you're going to have access to that storage compartment we already looked at, and your potable water fill and your city water connection. All right guys, that's going to wrap it up for the 2022 Forest River rpod Model 192. If you're interested in this travel trailer and you have any questions, or if you'd like pricing and availability, I'll post a link down in the description below so you can see how much this is running. I'll also leave a link to our quick tour down below as well, so if you want to take a look at that, you can. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 806-335-2336, or you can shoot me an email at contact@custom-rv.com. As always, guys, we thank you very much for watching. Remember, at Custom RV, we don't do any hidden dealer fees. We leave those up to the big box dealers. And we know that RVs are made for women, so men can go camping. Again, guys, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button down below, and please feel free to subscribe. subscribe and hit that notification bell down below as well. That helps us and helps you stay up to date on all of our new content we have coming for you. Again, guys, we thank you very much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed and found this video informative. We hope to see you out on our lot very soon, and have a wonderful rest of your day.